So hello friends, I am Neeraj. In this session we'll be talking about switch statements. So in the previous session we have seen about conditional statements, and in the last session we understood about the if statements and what we can do with the if, else if and other stuffs, right? So that much of understanding we already having that. So if you haven't watched that video, so I would suggest you to go to watch that one, so that would give you a fair understanding about the what conditions and what actually conditions we use for. Okay, so in this session we will focus on the only the switch statement. So here there is a basically very small program, so I will explain you what this program is doing. So here for example, say we are collecting a user input for the day, and based on the user input, for example, say if day is 1, so it will print the today is Monday, and if day is 2, so 2, so and so on. And if the user input is 6, so it is going to print today is Saturday and it's weekend. And if the day is 7, so it is going to print out the today is Sunday and it's weekend. And if there is any invalid input, so that is not covered by this if else if statements, so it will print out a message that not a valid day. So if we run our program as it is, so we are getting it right. So today is Tuesday, and let us say if we change the value from 2 to 6, and let us try to run it. So here also we are saying we are getting the correct output that today is Saturday and it's weekend. And if we provide actually a invalid date, so let's say 12, and if we try to run this our program, so here we are getting the not a valid day. That's okay. So there is nothing wrong with this program, but actually, so this is a we are checking this if else if statements and multiple times. Okay, so this is going to be a this is going to be long. So actually with the switch statements, so we can make it in a render it in a we can encapsulate our this business logic in a very neat and clean way. So the syntax is like by the way, so this is similar of C, C++, Java, JavaScript or PHP. So there is nothing wrong. So it starts with switch, and we need to provide that operand on which this switch statement would be carried on. So let's say we are going to switch on the day, and we will start with the curly braces, and with this one, like the try to think of it as this whole if statements. So we can provide it inside a case, and so here we were checking as if day is equal to 1. So here we will say if case is equal to 1, then a colon, and then we will write our what we wanted to execute, so like this. And in many other languages like C or C++, so we need to provide a break, but in Go, so our compiler is smart enough, and we don't need to provide a break. So similarly, so if we save our program, and if we try to run our program this way, and let me also comment this out, and now let us try to run it. So actually nothing is happening because the input is 12, and there is no appropriate case to handle the 12. Okay, so again we will start with the case 2, and we will say let me write it first, and we could have a better understanding. And we will say case as 3, and we will say Tuesday, it would be Wednesday, again case as 4, and it would be Thursday. Now let us see what happens if we provide a day as 2. So let us run our program. So here we are getting today is Tuesday, and also so this is the one thing up to this case 4. So we were checking only the single values for the day. But we can also have the multiple values. So for example, say case we already covered up to 4. So case 5, and it would be Friday, and case 6, 7, it would be, we can very simply say today is weekend. And there is also a default. If nothing is actually nothing comes under this cases, so we will say not a valid day, and we will save it. And if we, let me bring it down to here, and if we say again, let's say 12, and if we save it, if we run it our program, so we are getting not a valid day. And if we provide the number 6, and let us try to run our program, so we are getting today is weekend. So actually try to compare this whole if else if block and this switch statements. So it is basically pretty neat and clean way, and we have minimized a lot of stuffs. So complex or this is a pretty neat and clean way to write multiple if else statements. Okay, so there is one more thing, that is basically the way it works is, so we actually declared a variable here, and we started to switch on the day with multiple cases. So this case, actually think of it as a condition. So case is a condition, every case is a condition, and if the case gets evaluated to true, the statement followed by this colon is going to be executed, and the program will exit from the switch block just right away. Whenever any case that gets that gets evaluated to true, the following statement would be executed, and program will terminate, will exit from this switch statement. Okay, let me clear this out. And if nothing comes in, if there is no case evaluated to true, and here actually try to think of it here. So actually we are with this case 6, 7, actually we are trying to write it something like if day is equal to 6 or day is equal to 7. So here actually we are saying that for this case, either the day the value of day is either 6 or 7. So that is going to be true, and if that is true, so print this statement, and program will exit from this switch statement. Okay, cool. So actually there is nothing wrong with writing the whole if else if statement, but this is a pretty neat and clean way, and that is why we prefer to go with the very simple and clear way. So that's all for this session, and I hope that you enjoyed this session, and I'll see you in some other session. So till then, take care and happy coding.